24 minus q, and I'll plug that 24 minus q in right here. Imagine that, and I will distribute the 0.10 into it. So imagine that for a second. You can have decimal values spread out. So if that looks distracting, from your experience, you could then start doing non-decimal or clean up like what we just said. So based on what you said, maybe we should clean it up. Let's clean it up. But maybe we'll keep another one, not cleaned up. All right, cleaning up. Can I ask, what do you do with the second equation to get rid of all the decimal? Yeah, what do you think?
Well, if you would times everything by 100.
Yes,
So
because that's right. Because if you times it by 100, it will move the 2 decimal places over. Now, you always look for, it might not be this problem. Sometimes there'll be another problem that has like 3 decimal places. That means you times it by 1,000. At least one place has 3 decimal, 3 decimal places, right? Then you that dictates everything. That's going to tell you. It doesn't matter what the other ones are. The biggest one that has more decimal places behind the digit behind the decimal, that's the one dictates what you're going to times it by 100, 1,000, or whatever. So there. Anyway, this one is by 100. So I'm probably going to write it right below here. So it'll be 10d plus 25q equals 360. Is that okay? That's it. Now, you don't have to scratch it out or erase anything. I'm just going to go ahead and I this as equation 1, equation 2. All right, let's solve. I know you can do the rest, but let's do this one. So if I solve for d, I know I'm going to be scattered all over the place here, but I think it's not. I think it's okay. I hope you can follow. So it'll be 24 minus q. Okay, and then I'll plug it into the second equation. Here it is, second equation. I'm plugging it in. It'll be 10 parenthesis 24 minus q close parenthesis plus 25q equals 360. Is that okay?
yeah.
All right. And then distribute. Now you should be writing downwards cleanly. Sorry, dude. I might, you notice that I don't have space here, but I think you follow. It'd be 240 q minus 10. Oh, sorry, 240 only. See, when you're not organized, that's what happens. Minus 10q plus 25q equals 360. Combine like terms, it'll be 240 plus, what is that, 15q, 360. Subtract both sides by 240. I'll write here and there a little bit. You follow me okay? Be 1, 20. Okay. Okay. So I hope you can hear okay, right? Now,
Yeah.
now you can use a calculator a bit to speed things up. Now, there's something about this too. I'm just, let's have a look. 120 divided by 15, it'd be 8. Now, so there are 8 quarters. Okay, 8 quarters. And then you can plug it in for dimes. So this is 1. Now, since this happens to be a problem relating to number of coins, if you ever get a decimal number for an answer, you made a mistake. Is that okay? You hear me?
Yeah.
I hope you can hear. I hope you can hear okay, dude.
Yeah. It's like a lot of sound.
Okay, so yeah, and then your quarters equals 24 minus 8. All right, and that would do it. Or that 16. And then, okay, did I make a mistake here? Okay, if I add them, I better get 24 back, right? 8 and 16. That's how you check it. Is that okay? So it seems okay. We did good. 16 plus 8 is going to be 24. That's it. So now I don't think I need to do this for every single one. We're going to set them up. Okay. I'll let you finish the rest. So, all right, let's see. Number 2. All right. Yeah, I'll help you set up the equations. But if you look at the equations and you think that's like a little fancy, tell me. I'll solve it. I'll solve it with you. Okay, now let's do number 2. Okay, you got Steve has 3 times as much money as Dave. Now, I'm gonna do capital S for Steve and D for Dave. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And reading on, together they have $72. Okay, how much does each have? Okay, so can I ask for you to try first? Let's say S. This is how they write it, right? Let S equals. You don't have to do this. I don't think your teacher cares for it yet. Remember, unless your teacher wants it now. What is it about? Let me see. Double check. How much money? Yeah. Something like this. Steve's money. Steve's. You don't have to do this. I don't believe you have to do this yet. And D for Dave's money. Money. I don't know. Dollars. Money. Dollars. Cartoon back then. This thing is like the double, like funny cartoon, old cartoons that you double dash for money. I don't know. But anyway, can I ask, ignoring this, I don't think you have to do it unless you do. How would you set up the first equation? It says Steve has, using S and D, okay? Steve has 3 times as much money as Dave. How would you write that? Go for it. Let me see.
So I will put like S for
Uh-huh.
Steve
Equals.
equals 3D.
Yes. Good job, dude. I'm impressed. Yeah, just interpret it verbatim, like word for word. Yeah, oh, you got this, man. And then together they have 72. Okay, how would you write that?
So to get out, put S plus D equals 72.
That's it. Yeah, you're good, man. This is perfect. Yeah, from here I think you're good. Plug it in there. It'd be 3D. It'd be and you combine 4D equals 72. Divide both sides. You okay? Okay, so let's continue now. If you've never seen this before, it's up to you. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do it because I think you think your teacher would think, hey, where do you come up with this? Why are you being so fancy? Now, system of equations in higher math that require you to write this particular fancy symbol. It's a brace, one brace like open bracelet in front like that.
Yeah.
But I just want you to see it because later on you might see it in the problems or something. Then you solve it, whatever. Anyway, that's number 2. Number 3. All right, let's do the same. S and T. Okay, Steve, S for Steve, and Tracy. Okay, so tell me how to set up the first equation. S for Steve and T for Tracy.
Okay, so just
Steve has $3 more than twice as much as Tracy. I'll do capital S again. Has, I'll give you a hint. S has should be equal. Like has is will. As his will have will be or had was. What do you think?
uh, would it be 3 plus 2 the T?
Yes, it is. That's correct. Now, I recommend that's perfect. You could just keep it like that. I recommend if they have something more than or less than, especially less than, you write it behind, like 3 less, you put -3. I recommend you practice even for the more than right away. So what is that again? 2T, twice as much as Tracy, 3 more. I recommend you learn to put this in the back. It's standard. It's like computerized. Also, like when they print things, they always put in the back. You don't have to. You could just keep it the way I wrote it a moment ago. But it will be so good if you do it this way, just in case they say less than. You don't want to put it in the front. Like you train yourself to actually put it in like that. You got to do a minus number in the back at the back, -3 or whatever. Okay, what about the second equation? Together they have, okay, I know you know this one, so I'll write it. S plus T equals 57. Okay, so let's continue on. I'll leave some space for you to finish and solve, okay? Let's do number 4, setup. Okay, good job. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I like this. Now, again, you don't have to capitalize all your names, but I think you should because that's something that I always seen. You could lowercase them, lowercase s, whatever. But let's continue capitalizing them. When it's not a name of a person, then you could start lowercasing them. Like we're being kind of grammatical here or whatever. But it's okay. You can do it anyway. Okay. What about 4? S for Silva and F for Frank. Okay, how would you do it? Silva sold. That's like is. How about that? Sold. Yeah, sold twice as many tickets as Frank. So it will be number of tickets. That's what we're solving for. Okay. So what do you think?
Would it be like, well, S equals
Mm-hmm.
2.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
F?
2F. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. That's it exactly. Then the other one, just like the other problems, it will be S plus F. Is that okay? They imply it together equals 54. That's it. Hey, now I do need to ask you again. I didn't ask you earlier. I just wrote it. Well, you have to do the declaring or assigning the variables. Have you teacher strictly mentioning that, like, hey, do that, also do this, or no? If not, we're not gonna do it.
Well, I think we do have to do
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it may
But I
happening.
don't know.
Yeah, it may be happening now, just in case because yeah, I have to be very thorough because that's my job, right? Yeah, if you have to do it, you may have to do it. So let's go back, okay, to our number 2. I know, sorry, dude. We already did number 2. You can just leave it like that. So this is about you declaring. There's a reason why it may be important later on because if you think about it, what are you solving for? Are you solving for money or are you solving for number of coins? You see why? That's why you have to name what you're solving for. So yeah, there's something about that. That's why I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think you may have to declare it or assign the variables. So number 3, go back to number 3. You can put on the margin of your paper, okay, like the margin or somewhere near it. Okay, go back to 3. Steve has this more than that. Together they have this. So how much does each have? So therefore you say something for number 3 like let S stand for the amount of money, AMT of money he has. Something like Steve has amount of money. Was it 3? 3 is S, right? Steve's has something like that. You could improvise. Steve has. You can do anything you want. Therefore, T, same thing. I've seen teacher do this, comma, 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 and then the name, Tracy. Yeah, Tracy. Okay, so go back and do this. So, or you can write the whole thing if you're afraid your teacher may get mad. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I've seen it. The teacher themselves put the comma, the same, I'm not comma, the quotes, right? The like quotation. Yeah. Okay. 4, twice as. Okay, so you say something like this one. Number 4. Let S equals the number of tickets. Number of tickets. The pound symbol. I think your teacher will be fine. You're still learning, so you kind of do shortcuts a little bit. Your teacher will be fine. Number of tickets for Sylvia. Okay, and then F is number of tickets. Number of tickets for 4. Okay, for Frank, or Frank has, Silver has. Yeah, you can improvise. You can write whatever you want. Try your very best to make them very short, because that's how they always do it. Make them short. Okay, number 5. Yeah, kind of short phrase it the best you can. Number 5. All right, the length of a rectangle. Okay, let L. Okay, now we're lowercasing it. Okay, because let L equals the length. This time you could literally write. This is actually very common. The length, like length of the rectangle. Length of rectangle. Yeah, you don't need to write the article, the a or the word the, but you could. Length of rectangle. And then W for the width, I think number 5. Yeah, width of the rectangle, Yeah, you don't have to write the word the, you don't have to write the letter A. A something, A rectangle, A whatever, you don't have to write it. Okay, then, right, tell me how to set it up.
So length rectangle.
Yes, so it says length. It says length is, the length of the rectangle is.
So L equals
Mm-hmm.
2W minus 1.
That's it. Yeah, you got it. So here it is. Why we want to do a less than the minus one. So it's like a habit. Even a more than, put in the back. It will look very standard. Very good, dude. And what about the rest of them? How would you do it? What is the second equation? This one is a little fancy. I'll let you try. It has to do with like geometry. Like the beginning. Geometry. Perimeter. How would you write the perimeter of a rectangle in terms of L and W? Yeah, in terms of L and W. But it's 40, by the way, all the way around, right? How would you do it?
So would it be like the
Sorry, number 5, sorry. Number 5. If the perimeter is 40 centimeters, find the dimension. So, but you still have to come up with the second equation with L and W in it. And 40. And 40.
So would it be 2L
Mm-hmm.
plus 2W
Yeah.
equals 3?
Dude, you got this, man. So like the pictures, the rectangle. These are L's. These are W's right there. Yeah, you got it. Nice job, dude. Yeah, you got it. All right, and then no problem solving. All right, 6. Yeah, I'm impressed, dude. Very impressed. Let me expand this thing a little bit, or I'll put it on the space near this. Okay, let's do 6. I'll put it over here. All right, good job. Adult tickets, student tickets. So I'll do lowercase. I'll lowercase them. My me is grammatical. If there's a name, I'll uppercase it, or something else that like volume, or we may do uppercase. But anyway, let's assign or declare the variables. So number 6, let A. So this is about what number of tickets. You can see how many student tickets. So it's about tickets. So let's do adult A for number of adult tickets, right? Yeah, number of adult tickets. Something like this. Again, you can do something else, but we want to at least specify that it's a ticket, number of tickets, number of adults tickets, and then S for student. Careful with the S. It looks like a 5. So this is like something that it can train yourself to learn to cursive, like your S, and 5. You may want to make it more straight. I know I don't like this, but I think we'll stick with the first letter. Is that okay? Yeah, let's stick with it. But be careful when you write out, the equations of a student's ticket. Tickets. Okay. Student tickets. Okay. So, all right. How would you set up the equation?
Okay.
So adult tickets to a play cost $5, and a student ticket that much, $2. Now you can write the equation in any order you want. I normally write it in the order that they started or they worded, but you don't have to. How? Okay, what do you think?
Would it be 5A
Okay, 5A.
plus 2S
Yes. Look at that S. Careful, it looks like a 5. Just be aware. Equals what?
equals 2,640?
Yep. Yeah, that means this place is huge. I'm sure like it's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, yeah, this is the cost equation, like money, yeah, relating to money, relating to dollars. So that's the cost equation. Okay, what about the second one?
Uh,
It says there are in all 270 tickets sold.
uh,
So A is the number of adults, like the adults ticket. S is the students tickets.
okay, so
I think I grammatically wrote this wrong. I don't think you need to possess it. Just adult ticket, number adult ticket. Yeah, I'm sorry. Take that possessive. Yeah, take that out. I don't think that's right. Yeah, adult number of adult tickets, students tickets. Yeah, but anyway, second equation, like all of them together, right? It's 720. How will you write it?
so would it be A plus S equals
Yeah,
720?
yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, that's it. It's just like I know it's like huge. Like you like maybe pondering, hey, is there anything more to it? No, yeah, they can make them like, hey, there are twice as many adult tickets as whatever. No, let's don't do that just yet. But they do, but they can do it. But even then, I'll bet you can interpret it. I have no doubt. But then they won't say anything about the total number of tickets. Is that okay? If they're ever going to word it any other way, like 3 times less than whatever, they're likely not going to mention anything about the total number of tickets. So, yeah, you'll be doing something like what you were doing over here, like one less than twice the width, whatever, and that's it. No, yeah, okay, that is it, dude. That's good. And then you might see this, but don't worry. And number 7, yeah, leave some space. What do you think about number 7? Let's see. The sum of two numbers is that 4 times the smaller number exceed. Yeah, sometimes you read on. Maybe you can think of what variable you want to use. Exceed 3 times the larger. So, what do you think about that? Let's use S for the smaller and L for larger. Is that okay? Let S again. Careful when you
Yeah.
write your S. So this is maybe a good place where you practice your writing. Make them different. You can train yourself now. If you make them the same, start making them different. Look, my 5. You can see my 5 looks different. So this is where it's good, because if you do a lot of algebra, you want to be able to write your S. You want to be able to write your S because it's pretty common. And then make sure that it doesn't look like a 5. That's the thing. So anyway, let S be what is that? I got lost. The smaller number. Yeah, smaller number. Yeah, sometimes make them shorter, smaller number. L, lowercase again, larger number. Is that okay? Yeah. All right, that's good. Okay, now how would you set up the equation? The sum of two numbers that 4 times smaller exceeds 3 times the larger. Yeah, this is a little fancy, but I'll let you give it a shot. So the first equation, I think, is pretty straightforward. What do you think? The first equation.
S plus like L is 38 equal to 38.
Yes, that looks good to me. Now, I think I may want to help you with the second part. Now, the second part can be written differently, but it has the same meaning. And when you subtract or do something, it'll be the same equation. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's have a look. Okay, I think the to me this is actually something that you'll see later on, and you might get slowed down or get stuck. But you can kind of like get familiar with it now. So this part right here, 4 times the smaller number exceeds 3 times the larger number by 12. Now, the way I like it the most is what I'm about to show you. But I want to see what you think it is. Now, this is actually something that I always write for something about exceeding by this much, whatever. I always write it this way. It makes the most sense to me. But there's another version which I think is not that what do you call it? Easy to understand or remember. So I've always been taught two ways, way back, and also with my professor I work under, they also kind of explain this may be the better way. But I will let you try first. How will you write it? 4 times the smaller exceeds 3 times the larger by this much. How would you do it? Could you tell it's telling you something about the changes, like there's like one is bigger than the other by 12, right? Could you kind of tell? So therefore subtraction is going to be the key, equals to 12. Okay, tell me which one subtract by what. Yeah, that's how I would do it, but I'll show you the other way of writing it. So therefore that's it. I think by the way you read this, you'll see more in the future, but they word it a little different. But you can still kind of tell that one is larger than the other by this much. It means that you subtract them. Is that okay? You know that the difference. I'm sorry, you don't have to subtract them, but the difference, the way you come up with on your own, you interpret it on your own, that it's like, oh, okay, it's a difference. So that's the best one I see. So subtract them, and you get 12. But what subtract what? Go for it. Tell me, based on the variable that we came up with. But with the wording that they say too, like the 4 times all that. Tell me, how would you write it? 4 times the smaller exceeds 3 times the larger. Exceeds 3 times the larger by this much. Yeah, tell me. 4 times. You subtract them. You subtract the two terms. Yeah, and it's 12, equals to 12. But what do you write subtracting what? 4 times the smaller.
Would be 4.
S, right?
4s minus
Uh huh.
3.
Yep. That's it. Equals to 12. That's it. Is that okay? That's it. This is how I always see it. But there's sometimes teacher teaches this way. Watch, I'm gonna write it just like this. When you see the wording, you could also write it this way, which I don't do, but you could. They write it exactly like this. 12. This is like the second statement. This is it. Now you choose which one you want to write as your second equation. See, like, you see why I prefer the other one? It's the difference. It's the way I interpret it. Exceeds. That means it's a difference. Or sometimes you want to write it this way, but I don't see the exceeds in there. I'm sorry. That's how I mean, it is right. But you can see how they're being the same. Like if you subtract both sides by 3L, it's the same. But the way I like it the most is this. So you pick. Which one do you think you want to keep and continue with it? You can pick.
I can continue with the 4s minus 3l.
Yes. I recommend you that, because this one I never get to see the word exceeds in it. I'm sorry, that's the way I say it. But the teacher always say, "Yeah, it's in there, dude. It's in there." But I don't see it. That's why I picked that. But they teach it. They teach it. Okay, so you got the system right here. So this will be your system, okay? And you can continue with it, and no problem. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's continue. Number 8. Let's set up number 8. The length. Here we go again. We see the exceeds. The length of the rectangle exceeds the width by 3, the perimeter. I'll bet you get this one, right? All right, let's write out let L equals the length. I know I told you not the article. Just write the word length then.
Wait, Dolph.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Can you excuse me for like a few seconds? I
Yes,
need to
yes.
turn my camera off.
No problem. Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. No
Thank
problem. No
you.
problem. No problem.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, yeah. All right. All right, number 8. Okay, so we do it's okay we let L for length and W for width again. I know it's like tedious. We just did that one, like the declaring or assigning. So but we'll do it again. It's a different problem here. Okay. All right. What do you think? Let's set up the equation. The length of a rectangle exceeds its width by 3. How would you write that?
Would it be like L minus W equals
Yes,
3?
I would do that. I would do that. Once again, your teacher may be teaching you it to be L equals W plus 3. I'm not kidding. So again, I don't see the word exceeds. I don't know why. I'm sorry, all these years, I still don't see the word exceeds. But I understand it though. I do understand it. But you have a choice whether you do this or that. So this is like I'm just gonna keep it there just in case. But now, what about the perimeter? The perimeter is 58. How would you write that? I know you know it, but I want to have you keep thinking because it's good practice. I'm telling you, everything that you're doing, it's so good because on the test, I don't think you're gonna miss it, man. I don't think you're gonna miss it by setting it up and solve. Of course, you be careful when solving it. I know you know how to do that. Also, you've been practicing it a lot, so that's why this is great, dude. Number 8. Tell me, how do you do the perimeter? The perimeter is 58.
Uh, 2L plus 2W equals 58.
Yep, there it is. That's your system right there. Okay. Now, don't write that braces. The teacher may think you being too fancy, but that's it. I know you can solve it, but let's set up number 9 and 10. It's gotten dark there. You took the picture. Expand this a little bit. Okay, I'll put the 9 over here. Isn't 9? Okay. Okay, 9. I can see 2 screen here. The sum of two numbers is 50, and their difference is 8. Oh, I like that one. Okay, what do you think? How will you write it? Oh yeah, we have to let the declare the variable. Here we go. I think this is where you can do x and y. Is that okay? It's so generic. You can do x and y. Let x be a number. I'm not kidding, dude. A number, and then you write y being the other number, another number, or whatever you want, and y be. I know I told you don't write the article like whatever, but sometimes you can. It's okay. You can write the whole thing in its own sentence if you want. The other number. Yeah, let's do x and y so we don't forget them. Forget them. The other number. Wait, why am I writing what number? Yeah. Or it could be larger and smaller number, right? Let me see. Number 9. Yeah, it's look, mathematically, one is going to be larger than the other. Could you imagine why? Because the sum difference,
Yeah.
whatever. So it's up to you. You can say, but I don't know which one is going to be larger, dude. So I'm just going to write a number and the other number. I like that better. Okay, I don't know which one is going to be larger. It doesn't matter. So let's go with that. Okay, I assume you know how to set this up. The sum of the two numbers. I'll write this one because I think the last one is it's more challenging. The sum is 50. The difference, x and y, is 18. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I'll let you solve that. Now let's look at the last one. Set up. I'll put it in here. Okay. So all right, number 10. Oops. Let's see. Sally has. Oh yeah, Sally has dimes and quarters. How many? How many of each kind of coin does she have? Okay, so we're not gonna use Sally because that's like an extraneous stuff. We just use D for let's do the let D for the number of dimes equals number of dimes. Some teachers don't like this word, this pound symbol, so just be careful. I don't know why. You could just write the word number of, and then quarters. That's my Q. The number of quarters. All right. All right. Let's set up the equations. Sally has 2140 in dimes and quarters. The total 100. Yeah, it's not that bad. But yeah, let's tell me how would you do it?
Uh, so would be like 10D
10D.
plus 25 like Q
Okay. Equals what?
equals 21 like 0.40.
Okay, not quite. Here's why. I thought you were about to say 214. I thought you were say 214. Had it been 214, it's good. You know why? I think you know why already, right? Yeah.
Oh
Because
yeah, yeah,
yeah, because of the value, right? I think I
yeah,
recommend you write the original value, like like what you see on the register, with the placeholder holder and all that. Yeah, the value in decimal. So I recommend you write this first so your teacher knows that you know what you're doing. And then you could convert it into non-decimal. So
yeah,
yeah. So I do recommend you write this. No kidding. Okay. Just in case. Now on the test, if you're pressing for time, you could go ahead and, imagine you multiply everything by 100, write 10Q, 25Q. I'm sorry, 10D, 25Q equals to 214, right? Is that okay? Yeah. 214. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. 2140, 2,400, 2,140. Let me double check. Yeah,
yeah,
because you have to move it two places over. Is that okay? Yeah, so I was wrong. It's not
yeah.
214. Okay, now you can rewrite it. But no, let's write the second equation first. Is that okay? It'll be D plus Q, just number of coins there equals 100. Okay, I know you know this one. Okay, now then you could just fix it. Multiply everything, by 100. Oh, here's the thing. You see, and they do this just to make sure that you clean and you can do it perfectly. It's still two decimal places with the zero there. That means, yeah, at most decimal places still two for all of them, right? If one were a three, I don't know. I'm making it's not relating to money anymore. Like 4 or 5, then you have to times it by 1,000. Is that okay? But this one, they're all two decimal places. So yeah, you still have to multiply by 100. So let's do that. So the equation will turn into, I'll write it above it, okay? 10D plus 25Q equals 2140. Yeah, you got to move it two places over, two places over, two places over. So yeah, so it's 2140, not 214. That would be wrong. It would be bad. And that's it. And I think you can do the rest. Alex, good job, dude. You have any question on this? I think you're. Don't forget to finish. Of course, finish up your finish up all the work. But I'm impressed that that you can do this. That you can actually interpret it perfectly. Wow, there's some fancy ones in there, dude. All right, is that okay, Alex? For now,
Yeah.
I'll let you
Yep.
finish the rest. Good job once again, dude. I'm impressed. Thumbs up. I'm really impressed.